Good morning. I would like today to discuss a little bit about a trend that I've seen happening over the last year, and it seems to be accelerating recently. And that is that more mature, right, adults, i.e., people in IT, like me and some others, right, around our vintage, um, are being let go, downsized, right, for no real reason um, other than economics. Okay, corporations are finding that they can hire other people, right, younger people, much cheaper. Um, and I've also noticed that what they'll do is they'll downsize, right? They'll get rid of somebody that they might have worked for the company for 20 years, okay? And no loyalty, none. Just you're out, right? No real reason. It's not that the person did anything wrong. It's just they think they can find somebody cheaper, okay? And rather than having discussions with the employee, they just let them go. And part of another trend that's happening too along that same line is that these companies will advertise a job and they want all these credentials, but they're not going to get anybody who has those credentials to even talk to them. And they know this. I mean, they're asking for things like a master's degree, CISSP, 10 years experience, and we're offering 40,000 a year. Okay, no one with those credentials is even going to blink or even think about talking to them, and they know this. Okay, I've seen some different articles posted where people are talking about the disconnects between HR and IT. That's not true. Okay, the reality is this: by law, they have to run that ad. Okay, and when nobody answers them, then they will, apply and use an H-1B visa, and they will bring somebody from outside the country in to do the job for the price they want to pay. Okay, and the thing is when they bring that person here, they're bound to that company. It's almost like they're bringing in indentured servants or slaves. Okay, it's all about greed. It has nothing to do with true value. You see all of these things online about, hey, there's these thousands of open cybersecurity positions, and yet nobody's getting hired for them. Why? Because they don't want to pay somebody who actually has put in the time and the effort and the work and has the experience. And it's not just about certifications, okay? There are people who have certifications that cannot actually do the job, right? There's a big difference between having your hands in the weeds, if you will, doing the job and being able to pass tests. Okay, so again, loyalty just doesn't seem to exist. It's a really kind of upside down, crazy situation. I know of a man who was head of IT for a very large law firm. He worked for them for over 20 years, and they recently just let him go. No reason, just we want to hire somebody cheaper. Right? No discussion with him about, hey, listen, we're kind of in a tight. Can we work on maybe, um, lowering your salary for a bit? None of that. Just here's your pink slip. Okay. So that is a trend, and I'm seeing more and more people on LinkedIn with open to work. Why? Because they're being let go for no other reason than these companies think they're going to bring somebody in cheaper to do the same job. And you may, right, get somebody cheaper, but they may not be able to actually do the job. And the company's going to be fine until things go sideways. And when they go sideways, this new person does not know the nuances. They didn't build the network. They don't know the ins and outs and the idiosyncrasies. Like certain devices that may have little idiosyncrasies about them that these people don't know. It's not cut and dried black and white. Okay, there are things that come up and things that happened that this person was able to fix, but now they're not there. Okay, and they may or may not have been documented. To be honest, it's always right, i.e., fun when you come in behind somebody else to fix a problem and documentation doesn't exist, and if it does, it's not up to date. So it's like you're trying to troubleshoot, and it's like a dog barking up the wrong tree. Okay, so I've seen a lot of these things happening, and greed is the only thing I can attribute it to. I cannot attribute it to any real reason. And one of the things I'm finding is some of these people are being let go just before they hit retirement. In other words, the company's going to have to pay their retirement. So they're letting them go, i.e. downsizing them, to keep from having, right, to actually, pay the retirement. Again, it goes back to corporate greed. And we look at the economy today, you hear those talking about the economy's booming, it's doing great. Yes, for those at the top. We are currently what we call a K economy, right? So those from the middle down are going in the opposite direction. We're being downsized, we're being let go, whereas those at the top, again, are making great strides. Why? Because they're hiring cheaper labor, they're getting rid of those that have been loyal. It's just been a real problem. And what are we to do about it? I really honestly don't know at this point. I don't have answers, but I would love to hear feedback from you guys as to, your experiences and your thoughts about where do we go from here. So, let me know what you guys think and give some feedback, right? So I can kind of process some of that and see where we're headed from here. All right. Thanks. Peace out.